Okay. Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to introduce Dr. Jawad, somebody who I found quite inspirational when I met him first about 2 or 3 years ago. Why don't you come here, Jawad? So it's a little bit closer because I don't have a mic. I just wanted to make sure we record your conversation. So, Dr. Jawad has a very interesting story, and I got personally very inspired. So I wanted to hear it from him, if you don't mind sharing your life, how things started, your struggle, and today, mashallah, where you are.
Yeah, so currently I'm like a third year resident at Albany Medical Center in internal medicine, and I'm going to be a hematology oncology fellow at University of Florida in Gainesville starting next July. So for my background, I'm from Pakistan, from a small city, Toba Singh, that's near Faisalabad. So I basically grew up there, and with the help of the support of my family, especially my parents. My father is who's a local businessman. He runs a brick kiln. That's we in Urdu we usually call it Into Wala Bhatta. So
Ito wala bhatta.
so basically he supported me throughout my education till my making here to the Albany or USA. So I did my initial education till college from Toba Singh, from the local schools and the local college, and then I was selected in a top 300 students to go to the King Edward Medical University in the government merit list. So basically all over the Punjab mainly and Islamabad, they have to do a MCAT test. That's a central for the whole Punjab, and from them they have to select top 300 students to go to the King Edward Medical University. Unfortunately, I was one of them. And I did my medical school there for 5 years, and it's most of the time it's supported by the government, so you don't have to pay any fees, or you don't have to do other than the expenses of your daily living and I would say food expenses only.
Jawad, you are the first person of your family.
My brother is the first one, and I was the second person. So basically, before this generation, nobody went to college. So our generation was the first. I think it's because of my parents. They have been very fond of making us going through education and everything, despite all the hurdles that you can face. And
did your parents go to school or college?
My mother did till 12, and my father did till matric. So basically nobody went to university from my school, but my mother is always fond of she was the first in her village to be doing the college at that time, and that was around I think in 70s 80s.
Wow.
So but she was at that time for females to do the college is a big thing. So and from our extensive family, I think we were the first ones to go into the universities, and being a doctor is me and my brother was the first ones to be a doctor in our family. And my brother is also came to USA 2 years back. He's doing his residency in internal medicine in New Jersey.
Wow.
So that's a big step. And I think coming to USA, it has been a lot of financial hurdles that you come across. Especially from being King Edward, we have a lot of alumni that has been working in the USA in terms of physicians. So I have been got the scholarship that was at that time $5,000 from the APNA. That's Association of Pakistan Physician in USA, and KEMKANA is the King Edward Medical University Association. And they usually help out all the students back in Pakistan, whoever wants to pursue USA journey.
Who motivated you to come to America? Because it's not something you were very familiar with, right?
So,
for you to come to this Lahore, the city was at. Excuse me 1 second. Yeah. Just one minute. Yes, you continue. Okay.
Okay.
You continue. Go ahead.
So I guess the best thing was the King Edward Medical University. Because we have a lot of people who has been doing the USMLE, that's basically exam for the US medical licensing, and I guess that's really helpful for me, the guidance from the seniors. So that was the first thing when I went to the medical school. In the second year of the medical school, we find out a lot of seniors has been doing that. So I got like most of the time talk to the seniors and get more information from them, like talking about like what are the things that are required. So you have to think about finances, you have to think about your family, you have to think about a lot of things while making a decision. And I think like guidance from the seniors and the alumni was the best thing that motivated me. Like a lot of people came from the similar background like me, because King Edward is a like government institutes, and most of the people are coming from a similar middle class background, and they have to do all the struggles, and they have been in the United States, have been working here for a long time. So I guess like that was the one thing that motivated me. And then second thing, like my wife, she's also a King Edward medical graduate, and she was also interested in coming to USA. So it's kind of like more guidance, and then making us informed decision like this is the best for me and for my family, I guess.
What did your parents think about when you wanted to come
So I guess it's again a difficult decision for them too, because like they have lived their whole life there, and they don't wanna like come to USA for their own like being themselves, but being like we are for to others. And two of them are doctors, and they want to come to USA, and the two of them are like living back in Pakistan. So but they were supportive throughout the journey, because they want us to achieve our goals, I guess.
And when did you make a decision that you wanted to come to America?
It was like in the third year of my medical school. And so basically, I guess that's also an interesting story. Like we were the first ones, like we were four friends that who gave our USMLE during the fourth year of medical school. Instead of like waiting, I graduated in 2020, and then I was in the residency in 2022. I don't have to wait like 3 or 4 years to start my like USMLE journey. So as soon as I done with my medical school, I came to USA. Like after my final year exam, 3 days after that, I have a flight here. Did my like observerships and everything, go back, do my like house job there, and then come back for the residency here. So so basically I didn't take any gap. So that was like interesting for me, like and especially for now the newcomers who are doing the residency, they're trying to do their USMLEs during the medical school, so that as soon as they're done with medical school, they come to for the USA for the residency.
So tell me the educational background where Tomax fixing is there. There's no university there, right?
No, there's no university. Even there's no big colleges until now. They have been opening like small KIPS campuses and stuff like that. But most of the people studied in the government colleges or local small private colleges.
Is that where you went?
Yes.
Government college?
No, I went to the like initially it was a Jinnah public school. That's a like small school there. It was a very good school, to be honest, but like from as compared to Lahore and Faisalabad and other, it's a small one. And then there's a small private college, Standard College, that I did my college education there.
No.
But there's no like universities, but it's like I guess like a decent exposure for the people who wants to be like.
Has there been other people in your family other than your brother who have been here?
No, I was the first one who came to USA from my initial family, and then my brother came after me. So he's older than me, but he came after me because like initially he did his medical school from services, and they don't have that much exposure coming to USA. So initially I did my medical journey, and then USMLE everything. Then I told him like, okay, this is a good route, because in Pakistan it's becoming like a little bit more difficult to even like find jobs these days.
And who supported you most during financially and also emotionally during all, other than your missus?
So it's I guess like I would say a lot of support throughout. My family like definitely supported me going to the King Edward and everywhere. And then the second thing is I was able to get a scholarship from APNA. That's like helped me like to do the initial arrangement coming here. Then when you come here, then you find out a lot of ways to support that. There was a Dr. Shafi who was in Chicago. I was able to work with him there, so he supported me throughout that 3 to 4 months I was in the USA in Chicago. So he supported me, and then I was able to do the online tutoring back in Pakistan, doing the house job, making my own in order to support my USMLE journey, and I was able to do like online tutoring about like some of the subjects for people who found it difficult, and they pay you in dollars, so that's like a good money for you. So I think it's everyone supported me, to be honest. My graduates from King Edward, Apna, Kamkana, and then I was able to like with the help of my family and definitely with my own motivation.
So how do you now? Do you have to pay this loan back, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it's just 5,000 initially. So I think like it can be paid back within the first 6 months of residency. You make like easily make 4,000 per month, and you can easily save
So
around.
you pay it back, and then that goes back into the other students.
Yes, so that's like that's a good initiative from Kamkana. That's basically King Edward Medical Association. So they usually deliver this loans to at least 20 plus people every year.
Wow.
And then they get deliver it back as soon as they started their residency in their first year of residency. There's no need to be like paid back within the first few months. You can pay it back within first year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever you find feasible. For me, I was able to save enough 5,000 in the first 6 months. I was able to pay back within the first 6 months, and then it goes to the next person. So it's like it's a chain. They initially started, and I think Dr. Saima Zafar and Dr. Aisha Zafar and then Dr. Fawaz Zafar, they are the ones who initially started this procedure, and it has been supporting a lot of graduates from King Edward.
Wow.
Even those people who are not financially strong, they can think about this journey. Because initially when I was thinking about USMLE, the major hurdle is at the back of my mind was financial. So I did talk to my family, I did talk to my brother who was doing house job at that time. He said, I will try to support you. My family said they will try to support me, but at the same time, when I know about this like scholarship, I know like, okay, so that's a big $5,000. You can easily support your half of the journey with that $5,000. So I think that's the one big motivation for me.
Wow.
And it's for a lot of people, to be honest.
And do you think the other people who've had similar struggles?
I have found a lot of people. Yeah, definitely a lot of people. Even in our residency program, we have 2 or 3 people who have been supported by the same Kamkana loan and scholarship. So they got 5,000 too. So we are 3 people in our class at Albany Medical Center. So if you see on the whole US, I think there will be 100 plus people who have been supported by the same like group of people, Kamkana, getting all those scholarships, and they're paying it back so that it goes to the next people.
Wow, so interesting.
Yeah.
And what would you say is the most, now mashallah, you're going to a fellowship, you're going to become an oncologist, but what do you think is the most difficult part of this whole journey, or do you think there are different steps and different challenges in every different part?
I think that at a different part of your journey, you find different things difficult. Like in the beginning, when I was preparing in the medical school, I have to do like my medical studies there. They don't support like USMLE that much, so you have to study for their exams. At the same time, you have to do UWorld, and you have to listen to lectures from the USMLE perspective too, right? So at that time, it was difficult. And then while coming here, financial hardships was the issue, and later on, like visa stuff, that's also like a big hurdle for most of the Pakistani graduates, I would say.
Is that still a big problem?
It's still a big problem. There's a like lot of information from Apna, like Dr. Fateh Shehzad, he did a lot of research on visa issues, so he guided a lot of people around here. But at the same time, I know many people who have done their USMLE step 1 and 2, but their visa got into processing and they never came to the USA.
Oh, man.
So it's still a big problem, especially for coming from like, because for visa you need a lot of things. You need a bank statement about 20 lakhs so that you can show that you can support yourself while you are here. You need a good financial background in Pakistan, so they will ask you about your parents' money and everything. So and then you have a good ties so that you come back to Pakistan. So they want to see that. So I think like for some people who are like don't have good ties, who don't have good financial situation, like having good sometimes visa officer ask that and they don't have that, so they're going to processing forever. So they're never able to come here.
My God. And do you think this trend will continue?
It will continue. It's gonna get more and more better. I think there's more when we initially started, I think maybe at your time when you came, most of the people were coming from King Edward, Dow, Aga Khan. These were the major ones.
Exactly.
But now, if you look at the Albany Medical Center, you will see people from CMH, Allama Iqbal, Services. You see from Nishta. So you see a lot of colleges now.
Not only that, I think about 10 years when I started here, most of the people from Karachi, Lahore, Peshawar, maybe Islamabad.
Yeah, big cities.
I've never heard. That's why I'm so happy and so impressed, and as I know that there's changing happening in Pakistan. There's more awareness growing.
Yeah.
That people are from. You're from Toba saying. I think we have people from which other cities?
There are people from Layya, and then Multan, and what else? I think there's one from Deir Ghazi Khan. So yeah, it's coming from all over.
Yeah, so now it's like these smaller places, and that's where the education level of Pakistan is improving, because you have people from small towns who have opportunity
going to big cities and going to even like out of the country too.
Exactly. So that has been a change, at least in our program. The past. I would say this happened only just past 3 years. I don't recall anybody from Layya ever coming in the past decade that I've been here. So
no, it's getting more common. So more awareness in the medical schools, I guess.
Yeah.
And again, like people are more thinking proactively at the beginning of their medical school instead of waiting, doing the house job and then thinking. Mm-hmm. So they are doing it like earlier, so that they can make an informed decision what is their family requirements are, mm-hmm. and what are the things they are looking for in the future. Mm-hmm. And the last thing is like again, they have the resources to go here or not. And then there are like other pathways to going to UK, Ireland, and then there are the Middle Eastern countries. So now there are a lot of like awareness, I guess.
And has anybody gone to Qatar? I think there's a Qatar also.
Yes, Qatar is also a good place, and those are they take USMLE step 1 and 2. They need that. Yes, I knew people going there, and but it's basically
training.
Yes.
For training,
yeah, for training, but there's not a lot of fellowship opportunities there. So that's why like USA is considered one of the big parts of deciding between different countries. US, they have a very good training, mm-hmm. Not only residency and fellowship too. And then UK is the second one. I think they have a very good training to going into a like specialist, but it takes a little bit longer in UK as compared to USA. So that's like mostly people try to get to USA, and then the second choice is the UK. So it depends upon, I guess, like again, what you're looking for, what your goals are, and then what kind of information or what kind of guidance you had from the perspective from your seniors.
So Joe, one other question. So did you, throughout this whole journey going, mashallah, you've progressed so much, did you ever doubt yourself that you will be not be able to make it where you are today?
Yes, definitely.
What was your motivation when you?
So there are a lot of things happen. I guess like in the beginning, I would say like the difficult time I had is when I came to USA. That was a COVID-19 time, and we came here for our CS exam, and that got cancelled. So it was like 6 long months. We were waiting to apply, but we didn't get our exam. And I was planning to apply. Like I did apply like as soon as I graduated. I did apply at the same year, but I didn't get my degree from my King Edward University because it's a COVID time. Everything was closed, and I didn't get my ECVMG certification. I did apply, and I was waiting for the certification. It didn't came till January, so that's why it's kind of like wastage of time. I may be like done with my residency up till now if that COVID doesn't happen. So, but that year got wasted because of the COVID. Then I have to apply next year. Oh, wow. So that was I think that was a big hurdle for me. So I have to go back. At that time when I was supposed to start my residency, at that time I have to do my house job in Pakistan. So I can like reapply, and then next year I came here. So I think like that was the most difficult time for me.
Wow. And how has all this struggle and doubt and everything changed you?
So I think you're a more stronger person as a person, as a professional as well. You have been through different things now. You don't feel like that much scared of the things, and even like you see other people going forward in their life, so you got the motivation from them. And I guess like the same thing, like while I was applying for the fellowship, again the same things, doubt come to your mind. okay, I'm a immigrant, I am on a visa, I cannot apply. There are just like 180 programs in the USA for Hemong Fellowship, and I just can apply to 100 programs maximum because of the J1 visa requirement. Other people don't support visas. So again, these doubts do come into your mind, and I guess like again, like you have to overcome them. So it's gonna keep happening until you are settled as a professional, as an attending, or you have been like kind of more focused on what you want to achieve. You will get that.
Mashallah. Well, I'm, again, like I said, I'm very inspired by your story.
A
I've
lot of
seen
people
you.
with this story. So
Yeah, no, and I've met thankfully met a few of you, and you've gone from, grown in confidence, all of you, when you come in first year,
yeah, it's
and you've become so much more confident. And now after your fellowship, you're like completely calm, and you're like,
no.
you're
It's
very,
I think when we came in the beginning, I guess like we don't have a confidence because our education system back in Pakistan is not that strong. We are not like while we are even in the medical school. That's a big. You are already like in 20s in the medical school.
Yeah.
We feel shy in the medical school asking questions like maybe our professor don't like that question, and we are scared of them. There's like a lot of hype around those things. Here in USA, when you came in here in the beginning, I feel a little bit struggle asking questions, bringing up my answers and stuff, everything, right? So when you feel like work with the attendings and they're just your colleague, like I'm sitting with you, you are my attending, but I'm just like sitting with you, just talking regularly and giving my own opinion, and it never came to me like okay, you are senior to me, right? So you have that respect, but at the same time you had that friendship that you can bring everything up, but that in Pakistan, that's not there. So because of that, most of our graduates lack in confidence, especially in the first year. They have to struggle in the first few months, but I think the best thing here in the training is they make you feel like at home. They let you ask questions. They never ridicule you. They never ask you why you ask this question. No matter how much time you take, you can ask anything to them. You can even make mistakes. They never ask you, okay, why you did that. Our program director at Albany Medical Center, he's so supportive. He do like every 6 monthly meeting, and then he asks us like we meet every, I think, Thursday in academic half day. We just sit with him, eat with him, and never think about these things. Even as a PGY 4 or 5 in Pakistan, you cannot like just like sit with the professor all the time and they talk about the sick, how we can improve the stuff. But here we do that. I think like your confidence grow because of the environment.
Correct. Very interesting. Anything else, other advice for other people who might not be this stage of mashallah will get to?
No, yeah, I think like it will take time and you guys will do it. Definitely it's gonna be a lot of hurdles, and a lot of financial issues, lot of like struggles that you have to make, like visa like things and other things. But I think if you just like keep focus on what you want to achieve, you will get it.
Wow. Well, Jawad, I think you're going to be a very successful oncologist. We'll probably hear your name, and I hope you do pay back to all the good people that helped you. Okay, thanks so much for talking to me.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Zabardast.